Check this out, guys. So, good morning. Those people up there are walking to the train station here, which is, for them, I guess it's right just on the other side of this archway there. But we have another 2 miles or so to go from the hostel, A&O Lame Hostel. It's kind of living up to its name, actually, just mostly because of the location there. So I'm going to walk the other 2 miles to the center, and today we're going to check out some sites. And one of the things that I found out online was that Munich was actually the center of the Nazis, right? Before World War II, right, in Germany, right? So this is where Adolf had his headquarters, right? So there's some kitschy, strange things that related to that. I'm going to go check out some of those sites today. There's some museums. There's a little bit of war damage left over. And keep in mind, it's been like 70 years, right? 80 years, something like this. Almost here, guys. Check this out, guys. So this is the history of Munich here during World War I and World War II, right? And it does have exhibits on the German Workers' Party, which is otherwise known as Adolf's Party here.
There were resistance fighters and also very convinced Nazi party member students, and they burned books that they thought would ruin the German spirit, the idea of the Aryan spirit, and they burned those books, and those students said it is a site of unbelief.
So check this out, guys. You see this building over here? That's an original Adolf constructed building here in this museum. Check out this mantis, guys. Look at that. Look at this. This photograph here. So this is the World War II and Third Reich Museum here. It's free of charge. It's probably going to explain how this guy rose to power here. So the German state ran out of money in World War I. So the Nazi party was an extremist party, right? So at present time, these are banned in Germany still. You can't show this kind of imagery and stuff like this here. So this is just discussing how once they took power, the Nazis in 1933, I think it was, they're, kind of becoming more authoritarian there. Let's see. And anti-Semitic here. So they were heavily racist at this time here. So what these exhibits are discussing is like this, they're racist and they have a lot of anti-Semitic laws here in the 1930s. So it looks like what this is showing is that the women were left in Munich, right? And the men were drafted here, right? And so they left the city here, and you get these workers here who are all female and foreign slaves. So Munich was occupied by the Americans on April 30th, 1945 here. So this museum is a little bit on the morbid side there, guys. I was actually a little bit afraid to stick around there for too long just because of the subject, right? Because it was discussing the Holocaust and all that, but they did actually, some of that persecution came directly from Munich, right? From people here. So that is pretty scary stuff. At least they didn't charge admission or steal my backpack while I was inside the museum there. That's the good news there. So let's go check out the Bunchen residence here. Check this out, guys. This is the Munchen residence. It's like a palace here, and plus some gardens and all this. So let's go take a walk around here. This is the palace of the Wittenbach monarchy, right? So the site, it looks to be about 800 years old here. This building, I'm not sure here. We do have to have a ticket to go inside here, but I'm not going to pay for this one today here. Let's just take a little walk around here. Yeah. Let's take a look at this little gazebo here. A lot of stuff built in Europe seems to be about 800 years old, right? They started building it like the same thing in England and Ireland during the Middle Ages there. In the States, of course, the max for us is maybe several hundred years old. Interesting looking building here. Wow. Check this out. So I'm here to see this UFO house here. That is, I think it's being used as some kind of artwork. Yeah, this is a School of Architecture over here. Let's see here. So this was designed by a Finnish architect. Let's see, as a house. This is at the Design Museum here. Plastic house, basically, is what this is here. Here we have the Modern Art Museum that is associated with this School of Architecture here. I'm not going to buy a ticket here. I'm just going to look at it and head on back to my hostel here, just because I'm getting tired of walking today. Check this out, guys. Little piece of artwork here. Big circular. No idea what this is signifying. So check this out, guys. We have some museums over here. That is an art museum across from this archway here. This is just north of the center. So if we go to the center square in Munich, this is about a half mile north. It seems like there's a lot of sites around this area, just slightly north. This is an archaeological museum. Check this out, guys. It's the Glyptothek, right? So what this is here, it's a museum that was created by this king of Germany back in 1825. I think it was the king of Bavaria here. So these are like Greek artifacts that were collected by this individual here. So we're going to check out this museum here. It's Sunday. The price is only €1, so I figured it would be a good deal to check out these these statues here. Let's just check this out. There's a lot of nudity. I don't know why they have so much nudity in ancient Greek sculptures. So here's an explanation, guys. Let's see here. So in ancient Greece, it was actually in vogue to do this kind of statue here, where you have all of these, perfect physiques or something like this. Wow, look at this. This one is damaged here. Here we have some reliefs that came from some grave sites. Check out the statue, guys. That's pretty incredible here. Missing a leg. And the end of his arm there. There we have a hunting dog. This statue looks kind of discolored here. I don't know why. Let's see here. Wow. Let's check these out. So here we have some battle-related figures here. Let's take a look at the rest of this. I'm gonna check the description here. Let's check this out, guys. Here we have some kind of obelisk. This is called Caroline Platz. So what this is, according to my German friend here, is it's a monument to, I think, German soldiers who fell during World War. No, not World War One, but there's a war in 18 something with the Russians, right? So I guess there's been many different wars against them. But this is one of the monuments here.